If you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click that link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi, and welcome back to the Courtside Financial Podcast, a podcast where we talk about business and technology. In today's episode, we've got some absolutely fascinating news around NIO and some news around Tesla to contrast with it. So this is going to be a super interesting, super insightful episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell icon, and leave a comment down below. All your engagement really does go a long way in helping out the channel, so we thank you for that. And without further ado, let's get into today's episode. You know what I love about covering the EV space? It's not just about the cars anymore. It's about global strategy, brand warfare, and technological innovation all rolled into one. And NIO demonstrated this just perfectly with three major moves that I think deserve our attention today. First up, let's talk about what went down in Australia. NIO just scored a major victory against their competitor, Audi. There's been a trademark dispute that's been going on for just about 3 years, and as a NIO bull, I've been following this case closely. Let me break it down and why this matters for the industry as a whole. This dispute started in October 2021 when Audi claimed that NIO's ES6 and ES8 infringed on their naming convention of their models, the S6 and the S8. Trademarks that Audi already had. They took it to court in Munich, Germany, and initially things did not look good for NIO. In January 2023, they won the first instance judgment, and in April they won again in the higher regional court. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of backing down, NIO got creative. They rebranded their ES lineup as EL in Europe. The ES8 became the EL8, the ES7 became the EL7, and so on. Smart move, right? But they didn't stop there. When Audi tried to block them in Australia, NIO fought back and won. Let me break down NIO's current lineup because it just shows how much skin they have in the game. We're talking about 8 models in China: the ES8, the ES7, the ES6, the EC6, the EC7, the ET5, and the ET5 Touring. And hey, keep your eyes on the ET9 because it's set to hit the streets in Q1 2025. Now let's connect this to NIO's second major move. They just inked a massive partnership with Mastercard. And folks, this isn't just any partnership. It's about revolutionizing how we think about car-related payments. Let me paint a picture for you of what they're planning. First, they're thinking about value-added services for Mastercard holders, battery swapping, maintenance, car rental, and VIP travel services. But here's the game changer. They're exploring in-vehicle payment functions. Imagine seamlessly paying for charging, parking, shopping, all from your car's interface. Clearly next level convenience. President Quinn Lee Hong was at the ceremony with Mastercard's global executive VP. And let me tell you why this timing is perfect. NIO's global expansion is hitting full stride. Speaking of global expansion, let's talk numbers. NIO's international journey first started in May 2021 with their first overseas NIO house opening in Norway. Fast forward to today, they're in 5 European markets. They've partnered with CYVN Holdings to establish NIO MENA, and they've just opened their first NIO house in Abu Dhabi on November 28th. But that's not all. They're pushing into Azerbaijan with a partnership with Green Car as well. This is clearly aggressive expansion, folks, and it's happening right now under our noses. But here's where things get really interesting. Let's talk about NIO's power play in Wuhan. Their new battery swap station plant isn't just another factory. It's a statement of intent. Let me hit you with some numbers that'll blow your mind. First off, this facility is massive. We're talking 20,000 square meters. They went from groundbreaking to production in just 2 months. They're expecting to pump out about 200 battery swap stations this year alone. But here's the kicker. By 2025, they're planning to ramp up to a capacity of 1,500 battery swapping stations annually, generating over 2 billion RMB in output value. Now, let's put this into perspective. NIO Power already has 6 manufacturing centers globally with 2,806 battery swapping stations and 24,400 55 charging pile. And get this, they're not doing it alone. In May, they secured an investment of 1.5 billion RMB from strategic investors in Wuhan, marking the first time NIO Power received external funding. After this financial round, NIO holds about 90% of the equity. This brings us to an interesting contrast with Tesla's recent moves. Tesla announced that they're keeping the Cybertruck out of China for now. Their production line in the US is reportedly showing signs of slowing down, and they're even offering incentives for purchases. While they're still using it as a marketing tool in China, getting approvals for having these things on Chinese roads will require significant modification. So what does all this mean for the future of the EV market? Well, let me break it down. First, we're seeing a divergence in global strategy. While Tesla's taking a more cautious, market-specific approach, NIO's going all in on global infrastructure and ecosystem building. Their power business isn't just a side project, it's a core part of their global strategy. Second, the battle for EV supremacy isn't just about the vehicles anymore. It's about creating a complete ecosystem that integrates seamlessly with users' lives. NIO's Mastercard partnership shows that they understand this. They're not just selling a car, they're selling a lifestyle. Third, and this is crucial for investors, we're seeing the importance of adaptability in different markets. NIO's willingness to rebrand in Europe while fighting to keep their name in Australia shows that they can be both flexible and strategic. Here's my bold prediction. The next 18 months will be crucial for NIO. With their Wuhan plant ramping up, global expansion in full swing, and their ecosystem taking shape, they're positioning themselves as a serious global contender in the EV space. The question isn't whether they can sell cars, it's whether they can execute on this grandiose vision of a fully integrated mobile ecosystem. As a NIO bull, I'm watching these developments closely, especially their infrastructure rollout and adoption rates in new markets. That's going to be it for this episode of the Courtside Financial Podcast. I hope you found it valuable, useful, insightful, at the very least entertaining. If it was any of those things, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and click the notification bell icon. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.